Good morning. I am the CEO at Change Matrix. My name is Elizabeth Waetzig. I practice shared leadership at CM. I support adaptive leadership in communities and systems. I believe that we are better together. People, communities, systems all evolve, and not always at the same pace. There are multiple moving parts. Change is happening all around us. Nothing stands still. Serving children, youth, and families within a community is complex. In a complex system with multiple related parts, there's no way that this work can be done by one person. Individuals cannot create the change that we wish to see, and yet we focus on individual leaders. We celebrate individual leaders, and yet leaders throughout history have had a network of leaders to share the work with them. MLK, FDR, Lincoln, Rosa Parks, they all had leaders to share the work with them. They never would have been successful alone. But to share resources, ideas, credit, and responsibility is really hard. Leaders are assumed to have power and authority. Organizations are siloed. It is intentional to share, and it is really difficult. The work in leadership in complex systems invites, includes, and supports diverse voices and diverse people. To be included, we ask, do I belong? Do I have a voice? What will the response be? Will I be heard? Diversity and shared leadership means identity, experience, strengths, perspectives, age, geography, and roles. Leaders bring history and narrative, acknowledging differences and blind spots, and create space. In that, people enter that space in relationship based upon trust, and people develop trust in relationships at different speeds. To understand people and understand how they build trust is critical. Are you coming in relationship from a place of certainty or curiosity? Certainty is available when we haven't predetermined the solution and we're open to diverse ideas. It is required for shared leadership, and it's a choice. These men may all look similar, but in fact they have different abilities, personalities, motivations, and roles. It is with shared purpose that they addressed a complex challenge. They never would have been as successful without collaboration. The differences we bring, personalities, experiences, backgrounds, allow us to participate in shared leadership towards a common goal. It is the opportunity of shared leadership. And yet it's hard. To listen with openness needs curiosity and courage. To learn means you didn't know, right? To see somebody else's point of view means you didn't think of everything. To change your mind means you admit that you're wrong. We all come into this work with different relationships of change, risk, and conflict. People have different speeds at which they consider change, risk, and conflict. And it's another way diversity shows up. And it's also really hard. When change, risk, and conflict shows up in collaboration, we ask ourselves, what can we possibly do together? And yet, we need to manage this dynamic of difference. In shared leadership, it is our responsibility to engage in shared learning, to expand and increase our knowledge together, to find a path forward towards a desired outcome. There's no one size fits all. There is no one path, and progress takes time. We develop mutual understanding over a period of time. If relationships are important, they take care and attention. It is required for shared leadership. Another way that diversity shows up is in roles, power, and authority. It is unrealistic and ineffective to assume that equal power is necessary. We bring our power and authority to common purpose and to share the outcome. And that container for shared leadership must be supported by clear expectations in decision making. How do we make decisions? How do we address a disagreement? How do we bring our authority and our power in service of shared leadership? It's all about the relationships. If we believe that people transition, systems transition, if we believe that relationships are at the heart of this work, pay attention to the rhythms of relationship. As you get things done, care for the health of the people. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to meeting with you all later.